this is it. This is the new challenge. This is what we acquired. I want to share something with you, something super exciting, something I've been waiting to share for nearly a year now. You guys know this channel is normally about cars. We're normally buying cars, we're normally showing off the collection, doing fun things, and most recently we've been collecting a bunch of dingers. But today is the day that we can finally talk about the acquisition. You guys remember way back in the spring of 2025, I took a phone call over there and confirmed that the deal was done, but I couldn't talk about it. Today we're going to talk about it and reveal exactly what we just purchased. So let's get in the Nova, because we broke the Fiesta last night, and let's go. So this is where it all started. This is in fact the new TDM HQ and importantly, TDM Gym. This is where our fitness journey really started. It all started with a dream as people that went to the gym. You know, Cam and I, we spent a lot of time in the fitness industry. We both worked in the space, we both competed in the space. And I think naturally for people who go to the gym, the end goal is to go and open your own gym one day, right? And so that's what this place was going to be. Because this was meant to be, and still will be, TDM Gym, the very best gym that I believe will exist in the UK, and hopefully we're going to open this place in 2026. Now, when that phone call came in and that acquisition was on the cards, it completely changed the next 10 years of our life. It was an opportunity that we couldn't say no to, but it did mean that this place just kind of fell down in flames, because we were opening the facility and we'd funded it, we had all of the contractors ready to go, and really it was a couple of weeks away from starting. And then this opportunity landed. I took the phone call at the hot tub and it just wasn't really something we could say no to. It was that dream come true moment. It was such an exciting opportunity. And this place has just basically become a storage facility for some really cool gym equipment, but not anymore, because the acquisition has opened up a bit of opportunity for this place. Now, before we reveal what we've acquired, if you guys are enjoying the cars and the business, and follow along with the journey and subscribe to the channel, because a lot of effort goes into these videos and we're really trying to make it work. Let's go and reveal the acquisition. For a coffee. Hey, can I get just one cappuccino? Appreciate it. And you, thank you. Right, where do we put the cappuccino then, fellas? Let's go change the car. Right, before we go, Tim has started trying to get the Fiesta back alive again, so we've got to check out if it comes live. Come on, she's gonna survive. Ah, what the fuck was that, bro? No, she's not starting. What?
Yeah, let's try and get some more power in it.
Right, never mind. Let's change car. So this is it then, guys. We are finally here. It has been a long time coming. This announcement has been in the works for so long, but this is it. This is the new challenge. This is what we acquired. Gym Unity. Going through emotion, love is where you find it. Listen to your heart. To even be able to just make this video is so surreal, so exciting. It's cool because this has been a part of our lives since it opened. You know, Gym Unity originally opened in Fradley in 2011, and near enough the entire time that it's been open, Cam and I have been around it, we've been members, we've been a part of the club. So to say that this is now our gym is quite a surreal experience, and I'm so excited to show you guys all of the clubs. The founder put his life and soul into this business, and he was a great friend of ours. I always looked up to him because he was an entrepreneur in the area that was doing things. You know, he was opening clubs, he was bringing community to a gym, and I thought it was so cool. And Cam and I always spoke to the founder about what we do to the place. You know, we're young, we're enthusiastic, we're at an age where we want to bring the chaos, we want to be able to make them ultimately the best clubs in the UK. And so with the technical skill set, the marketing skill set that we have, I think he saw us as good candidates. And he was a very community-driven person, so I think for him it was important to give back to the members, give the gym over to members, so that people who are a part of what Unity is all about, people who were united from the beginning, can continue to bring that culture. What's really cool about Lichfield is that this is the most recent site. There are actually 4 Gym Unity clubs, and we've acquired all 4 of them. This one is probably the one I'd refer to as like the home club. It's closest to the house, it's closest to the office. Most of the TDM team are members here. And so for me, it's one of the ones that I want to inject the most passion into. I want to bring this club up the most because I think it's currently the weakest club, and I want to make it ultimately the best club because it's where we're training right now. Exhibit A, we've already put in the Nautilus Explode, we've put in a bunch of other leg compound kit as well, a Bodymasters leg press, a Cybex squat press. You know, we're already bringing the heat in terms of uniquely cool gym equipment. So yeah, I'm very motivated with this place, very motivated to try and make this a club that people should be proud of. And I think in Lichfield, we have quite a lot of disparity at the moment between where this gym could be and all of the competitors. Pure Gym, Energy, Jets, they're all very much commercial facilities. And I think what we can bring here is that unique culture of just community, come in and train hard, socialize, the things that those corporates will lack. My mission for Gym Unity is corporate structure, which is ultimately how we make it a better business, but continuing that community culture and ethos. I think that's how we keep it as good as it's been. And what I like about this club is there's actually a lot of space that I think could be completely repurposed. A lot of what is here is important, but the layout for me is far from optimal, and there's so much more that we can do with the space. Speaking of space, as I mentioned, this is just one of the 4 clubs, and I think each club brings a totally different vibe, and for me that's really exciting because it's almost like 4 different challenges. You know, from Burton to Tamworth to Fradley to Lichfield, they're all completely different and they bring different problems and different things to solve. Speaking of which, let's go to site number 2, which is Fradley. So this is Fradley, site number 2 on today's tour, but this was actually the OG club. This was the first one to ever open, a 2011 establishment date here, which for me is super cool because that shows that this community has been here through generations now. You know, it's not just a new gym that we're opening like TDM might be, for example. This is a club that's been here since Fradley was literally just a little industrial estate, and now it's an entire village. So families have moved here, families have grown up here, and people have come to this club as a little bit of a central hub for the village, which I really like. So as soon as you come through into Fradley, this is what you're currently greeted with, the turnstile, which for me, it's not the most polite way to enter the gym. It's like, oh, I'm not a member yet, what do I do? Like, I don't know what that is. Do I ring the bell? What happens if no one's there? I just don't think it's the best vibe. So this is what we're going to do instead. Through here is currently like boxing and classes. So in here at the moment, there's kind of just a lot going on. You know, we've got a studio there with classes currently on. We've got a spin class. We've got in here a boxing ring. We've got more boxing training through there. So it's functional space that is being used, but I think that it could be better purposed. I think this is an opportunity to make a real nice welcome to the club. So if we've got a big reception desk, we've got a communal area that's nice and warm and cozy where people will want to hang out, especially in the village that we're in, it's going to be a great hub for people. You're not just greeted with a barrier where it's like only members are welcome sort of thing. You know, everyone's welcome here, and I think that's really, really cool. So I'm debating bringing that reception downstairs and making that just a more seamless entrance to the gym only. What's super funny about this club is that this is where I first trained. So when I was 16, I came to this gym first. Interestingly, I used to come when I was about 16, and even when I just finished working at McDonald's. So I'd finish my shift at McDonald's and I'd come here, and this is where I would train. And actually, if we go back here, I'll overlay over the screen my first ever time taking pre-workout, which unfortunately led to a little episode in here. Finished up that pre-workout, and oh dear me, we've had a little bit of an issue. But what's cool about this club is that it's kind of split into 2 different vibes. So in this room down here, we've got a very like bodybuilding style of room, you know, plate loaded machines, a lot more bodybuilding specific machinery. We put this in just last week and it's gone down really, really well. So this is where people will come to throw their weight around, have a good session. We have louder music. It's a much more bodybuilding environment, whereas down here, this is a much more commercially friendly side of the gym. You know, white walls, slightly quieter music, more commercial house. It's trying to cater for everyone, whether you're 16 and you're on your first session in the gym, whether you're 40 and you know you've just had a kid and you're trying to lose a few pounds, or whether you're 35-year-old male doing a bodybuilding show, you can come in and use genuinely good kit. Life Fitness Pro 1, it's a steady set of kit, and so I like that this room accommodates everybody. And what I also really like about this room is that it has a bit of the history. You know, it says Easy Gym. That's what this club opened at. It rebranded to Gym Unity a little bit later down the line. This was originally Easy Gym, and so what I want to do with this club is I want to really keep the culture and keep the history a part of it. So we'll have a little history board, and we'll actually document the process of, you know, opening in 2011 as Easy Gym, rebranding to Gym Unity and opening of the other clubs, and then rebranding now to Unity with obviously TDM behind the scenes, trying to make it really the best set of clubs in the Midlands. And that is Fradley, a very exciting opportunity actually, because I think it brings a totally different challenge in it being a village community. You know, the way that we would build out a bodybuilding gym like TDM Gym is totally different to what we're going to do with the village community fitness club, you know, and so that's quite exciting in itself. When I was here, I worked at McDonald's, and then I actually ended up moving on, and I started going down to Burton because I got a job at Toby Carvery in Burton, which meant that I would train at Gym Unity Burton. So let's go there. So where I used to work at Toby Carvery is literally just over there, and not far from it, a few minutes drive, especially at night time after shift, was this place, Gym Unity Burton. This place is absolutely huge, and for me this was probably always my favourite site, and I'm going to show you why. And this is why. Burton is the bodybuilding site. It is absolutely huge in here. You've got bodybuilding on the TV, you've got some amazing kit. I mean, even the kit that was already here when we acquired this gym was so much better than every other site. The music is loud, as you can hear, and look how big it is. So this is kind of like the upper room, whereas through here we have the lower room. It's mad really how much bigger it is than the Fradley site we just went to. We've gone from village community to ultimate bodybuilding mecca really. In fact, it even calls it the Mecca up there. It's a cool club because we have got everything. We've got martial arts, we've got boxing going on, a very big functional area here and down there. So it does appeal to everyone, but I think what we're really trying to do with the sites is specialise. I mean, I used to travel to this place just for the kit, so in terms of the specialisation between the clubs, this for me should be about vibe and kit. Music a little bit louder, kit a little bit more specialist, a bit more plate loaded stuff, a bit more platforms. Take for example this platform. This holds a special place in my heart because it was the first time I deadlifted 280 kilos. And it was ultimately the career-ending platform for me. I tore my lat deadlifting on here. I'll play the video over the screen. It was the end of my powerlifting career. It was what actually pivoted me into the business that we were in full time, because I was half committed to it, but I was still a coach, I was still powerlifting, and then I tore my lat, and it was the end of powerlifting for me. That was the end of my own journey as an athlete, and ultimately it was, I knew as a result, the end of my coaching career in some regard. So for me, it was a pretty pivotal time of my life actually on this platform. And it's funny because it's almost like it was destined to be, because look on the wall, you've got Arnold literally sort of canvassed on the wall, which by the way, I think looks really cool. That is one of the things that helps this club to play that part. And even here we've echoed the same sort of vibe. You know, we've got pros, people that earn their pro card training here, and that adds to that bodybuilding element of this club as well. There's just a few things that bothers me about this club. I think it's lots of little wins that are needed here. I think the general theme of the club, the team, the equipment, the vibe, it's good. There's lots of little things, from firstly having to trip and fall into the changing rooms, to scaffolding lockers, to just little details like the floor. You know, we've got a bit of green going on, a bit of blue, a bit of matte, a bit of different turf over the back there, and then we're out onto the concrete. I think it's just lots of little touches that will bring this club together. As I say, the vibe's good, the kit's good, everything's there, and if we bring those little touches, I'm confident it'll be a fantastic place to be. And a lot of those small changes we've already started making. We've got Starlink on site ready to be installed at all 4 clubs. We've got temperature control going into all 4 clubs. We've got a surround sound system. Cam's currently working on that. We are already trying to bring just lots of steady, solid changes that everyone will be happy with. And as we get more of a feel for what certain members want at certain clubs, we'll go more specific with certain things. We might put some wet facilities somewhere, we might go more all in on kit somewhere. But for now, we're just making small, solid changes that everyone will be happy with at every club. And speaking of clubs, there's one more club to go to. And interestingly, it's the club that I haven't ever really been to. It's not a place I've spent a lot of time, but I trained at this club up until COVID, and it was at COVID that the 4th and final club that we're looking at today initially opened, and that's Tamworth. So let's go check out Tamworth. Okay, so site number 4. This was the one that opened in COVID. This is the site that I don't know too well. Welcome to Gym Unity Tamworth. Now it's a little darker and colder than it was earlier, so we're gonna just head straight inside. I've already gone on a little bit of a journey with this site because I'd never really been. I didn't enjoy when I had been. And so naturally I just sort of left it like, yeah, to the side, I'm not gonna go, it's not really my club. But actually now I've obviously had to come here a lot over the last couple of weeks and months. actually quite like it. Firstly, because it's actually a pretty nice vibe. You know, we've got a reception area. We don't really have this in some of the other clubs. And so as a member, I can't get in, and I don't know codes and stuff, so I can't get in. But I think this is super cool because it just separates that barrier of like going into, you know, a new facility, being a bit nervous, to actually somebody here, hey, how's your day going? You know, walk you around the facility for the first time if needs be. I think it helps. We've got a little survey going on because of course we're members first and all of that. And that more social environment extends out here as well. We've got a social area to soften the quite aggressive vibe of the gym. We've got this animal cage going on in here, like we're in a chicken coop or something. And I think what I've noticed about Tamworth so far is that it's very much a similar vibe to Burton. It's a more intense training culture. And so I think the reception and the social area just soften that blow for someone who is a bit nervous. But to be honest, there's good vibes in here. I think, to be honest, it's a very similar problem to Burton as well. The vibe's pretty good, the kit's pretty good, but it's lots of little things. For instance, we've got these LEDs on the wall, but then it's just not continued all the way. It sort of sags and then here it disappears completely. It's just these little touches. And another example being here, you know, this is the changing rooms, and it's just not somewhere where I would say it's particularly inviting. You know, I wouldn't say it's somewhere you'd want to come and get changed for the gym. And I think these little touches make a big difference when you get them all right. What makes Tamworth a little bit different to all the other clubs is that there's very much a fighting community here. There's lots and lots of boxers and mixed martial artists and really people that are taking training more seriously within the combat side of things as well. So we've got a lot of bags here, and we've also got a big section up there. What frustrates me though is the fact that things are just so separated. You know, we've got a small cage in the corner of, well, legs and back. There's just suddenly some martial arts. And then up here, we've just got an extension of that for some reason, even though it is totally unrelated. So people might do some judo here. Down the bottom, we tend to have some boxing coaching. And so it's all just very disconnected for me. I don't see why we couldn't have suspended ceiling bags on top of here. I think it just allows the gym to flow that little bit more seamlessly. And for me, I'm a big believer that the way we make these clubs the best in the Midlands is to win on all accounts, not just to have the best kit, the best vibe, the best culture in the way that we have staff engaging and members engaging with one another, but actually just in the simplicity. You know, our minds are a wonderful place and they're able to do a lot without us even realizing. When you walk into the facility, where things are, how conveniently they're placed, if or not they're next to each other, it makes a big difference when you use it regularly. And people come to the gym, you know, 5 to 7 days a week. Those little touches over you know, a good period of time will add up. So that's it, guys. That is Gym Unity Tamworth, an opportunity I am so excited to be a part of because it's just a completely new challenge. You know, we've operated in social media, we've operated in adult, where there's a lot of red tape. You know, a lot of people make it very difficult for you to operate normally. And of course it's an online business, so all of the challenges that come with a physical business is something that I've not had to face before. And so with that in mind, I'm just super excited to get my teeth into it. Of course, I'm super passionate about the gym and there's a lot that we can do to make these clubs what they want to be. Speaking of which, we want to get more feet on the ground. We want more staff engaging with the members on a day-to-day basis. And so if you're interested in picking up a little bit of work, drop me a comment or come and find me on social media. You know where to find me, and let me know and we can have that chat. And similarly, if you aren't in the area or you are and you have not yet come down to the club, I really recommend you coming to test us out. We're a 24/7 facility. You've seen what we've got to offer, and more importantly, we do a free friend Friday, meaning that if someone you know is at the club, come and join them on a Friday, come and train for free and see what you think. And with that said, guys, let me know in the comments if you enjoy this kind of content. Of course, it's totally different to the usual car stuff, but it's important to me and I enjoy documenting it. So if you're happy to follow along with the journey, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.